Morning. You're gonna have to excuse the beeping again. I keep saying this I think it's been a few days since I've recorded anything, and that's because we've been so busy and I haven't had a chance. And in the new year I've got somebody following me around. It's going to be filming some stuff for me, which is really good. But yeah, so apologies for the beeping and apologies for what my jacket's doing. That's better, looks a bit better, doesn't it? But yeah, busy week, busy month actually for Apollo, the group itself. So if we sign some stuff off, so Apollo Business Coaching, huge growth in the last week or so. Since I've freed up some time from some other stuff and I've really focused on it, huge growth. New clients taking on full sales training. That's going to be a huge benefit to us. So huge to listeners. We've then got business coaching, 4 new clients, which is massive. I've taken on some new coaches, which I'm just putting through some training, and new trainers that can cover the UK. So huge for the business coaching right now, really key. And then we've got Apollo Entertainment Productions, 12 new theatre tours signed off next year. We're this close, literally this close to signing off a deal in Saudi for entertainment over there. The likes of Bewitched, Blue, and like a 90s, noughties nostalgia thing going over there. So like this close, which will be huge for us, like huge, which is great. And then just busy all around. The gyms are busy. We're making record flipping numbers for November. With no offer. The Black Friday offer for the gyms dropped today. So amazing. So I've been really caught up with all that stuff, trying to get things going. And for the facilities company, we're just growing strength after strength after strength. Like it is flying. Whoop, Joe, I lost you there. There you are. Flying, strength after strength after strength. Construction, commercial. Clients come up my ears right now, which is fantastic. And I'm trying to wind everything up because I'm off to Amsterdam next week. Partly business, partly pleasure. But I just, you get all leaders at some point get to a point where you think, I just need a break. I just need a day or half a day or a couple of days, whatever you think you need, just to reset a little bit. Now, I will still work regardless of whether I want to break, okay? So I'll do things, I'll approve stuff, I'll go on socials, whatever it is, improve stuff for socials and marketing. I have ideas that I'll push to people, I'm gonna have you. But I get a very limited amount of time right now in the office. So like yesterday I had about 5 hours of admin, but I did about a week's worth of admin in 5 hours. And that's because I'm very strategic with my time and what things take. I use AI, I delegate a lot. My team work incredibly hard. I'm just about to sort the Christmas party for them in December. Left it a bit late this year, I'll be honest, because I forgot about it. But luckily I've got a great assistant who deals with that for me. It's just trying to find out if I can get there this year. Which is really bad because I should go, because I bring all the companies together. It's just making sure we can do that. That's what it is to me. But yeah, I'm going to Amsterdam for a few days next week. A little bit of business involved, but I'm going to have one day where I'm just gonna chill out. I used to do quite a few of these where I'd go away for a day, and I wouldn't. The funny thing is, I probably wouldn't take time off, as in like I don't go away on my own to go on holiday. I go away on my own to just to relax and get some time away, so I can just smash some admin out and just work through stuff. I haven't done it for a while, and that's because I enjoy being home now and I enjoy being around, and so traveling is not my favorite thing to do anymore. But we are going to Amsterdam on Monday for a few days. We fly out Monday afternoon, we fly back early Friday morning, because Friday and Saturday, Sunday is really busy. It's my son's birthday. So yeah, that'll be really good. But from a leadership point of view this week, so many hats. Like just this morning I went from facilities to entertainment to business coaching to sales to HR to recruitment Yeah, you jump in because, as many of you know, I'm involved in like 9-10 businesses, hands-on involved in them. I have CEOs in most of them, and I chair some of the boards. With the business coaching, I'm more of a board member that supports, but like with my own companies, I'm not a CEO in every one. I'm a CEO of the group, so the Apollo group's mine, and then we've got the rest of it around it then. So under there is about business under umbrella, so it's very busy. I'm trying to grow everything. Considering I was considering retirement 6 months ago, I'm in a great position, and we're doing a great load of work. So, but we all have ups and downs, don't we? Do you mean? And some of my clients struggle with getting rid of the emotion and really thinking business strategically, and it's really hard that we have to be like that. But after the budget, and I've just had a bit of a ding dong with somebody on LinkedIn, because I put a post up about the budget, right? Love it or hate it, right? The budget was shocking for businesses and working people, right? Now, I'm not backwards in coming forward with my opinions. I don't think Keir Starmer and his Labour government are equipped to run the country, right? None of them have ever run a business. We got the Chancellor, who's never run a business or budget in her life, in charge of the biggest budget in the UK, okay? That's, for me, that is ridiculous. We got Keir Starmer, who's, he was head of police or something, who let Jimmy Savile go, by the way. It was Keir Starmer's decision not to prosecute Jimmy Savile and other stuff. It was Keir Starmer and other Labour people that decided not to go for the grooming gangs. Do you know what I mean? So, their decision's got to be questioned there. But you've got people in government that are not equipped to run a business. And the UK, to me, is a business. And what I want to clarify is when I say the UK is a business, right? The Prime Minister is the CEO, right? The Prime Minister is the CEO of the UK. So we have to trust him to make the right decisions. The problem we got is he U-turns every time he can, right? So he's not equipped to run the company, right? The company, which is the UK, okay? And that's because he just doesn't know what he's doing. He's just not equipped, and he's not paid well enough. He's on about 140-150k. Most CEOs in the UK are on double that, right? Because of the business they run. The Chancellor just makes things up as she goes along. So when she did this budget, she didn't think about working people. She didn't think about businesses. And businesses, by the way, small, medium businesses, are the backbone of the UK. Entrepreneurs are the backbone of the UK. She didn't think of that when she did this budget. She thought, there's more people on benefits that will vote for me, so I'm going to just give them more money. The problem with that is, we have to pay for it. Now, I'm not against getting kids out of poverty. I'm not, right? And I'm not against helping people that need the help, that are on benefits because they need it. I'm against rewarding people to have kids. Do you know what? You've got 2 kids, have another 2, even if you can't afford them, because you're going to pay for them anyway. That's just ridiculous. And then you've got other secretaries, health secretary, never worked in the health sector. You've got your business secretary, never run a business. You've got a foreign affairs secretary, never really done anything before. They are career politicians. So they go to university to be a politician. They are not equipped. And I'm not talking about their intelligence, I'm talking about their life skills. They don't know what the real world is. So how do we expect the UK to come out of anything when we got people running it that are incompetent and don't know what they're doing? And I'm not for the king running either, man, because he wouldn't have a clue either. And I'm a royalist, but he wouldn't have a clue either because he's never had to do it. We need business people in there running a business. And we need to treat the UK as a business. Now, we need to make the cuts we need to make because we're losing money and we're borrowing too much. I agree. But we also need to be giving people, like, I wouldn't give an employee of mine, right, a pay rise for not working hard. I give the hard working people pay rises for working hard. What we do in this country is we tax the people that work hard, so we take them in and reward the people that don't do nothing. It's just shocking, and I'm sorry for the rant, but I got into a bit of ding dong on LinkedIn for someone said, "Oh, no one asked you to run a business. You could just get a job." But even if I got a job, I'd still be not well off. I'd still be pissed. I'd still be annoyed. Yeah, it's not about me slagging them off and saying slag them off. It's about me saying to you, like I've run businesses for a long time now. I've worked very hard since I was very young. Never claimed in my life, but that's because that's just in my nature. And some people have to claim, and I get it. Some people need the support, I get it. But rewarding people to have kids is a fucking piss take. Excuse my language. It's annoying. Like, come on, get a grip, innit? Let's all just be really real here and say it as it is. But while we voted these idiots in, well, I didn't, but people did, and now I regret it. And am I saying reform is the answer? Probably not. Am I saying conservative the answer? No, probably not. I'm about to explore joining a party called the Open Party, which they want entrepreneurs and they want people that are real people, not career politicians, real people to come in and run for run for them. But who knows what the answer is? My answer is not being in the UK. That's why Spain is incredible for me, because, do you know what I mean? I'm gonna, it makes people like me think, do I register my business in the UK or do I register my business abroad? And I'm gonna be real here with you, that's what it makes me think. But hey, it is what it is. Budget's what it is. Country's being run by people that don't know what they're doing. No other business would have incompetent people at the top of their business. They just wouldn't do it. They wouldn't do it. Nobody would do it. If it was me, and if it was my business, nobody, I wouldn't have it. If it was somebody else's business, they would have got rid of them by now, I'm sure. And this is the issue we got. The issue we got is, we vote on the lies they tell us. Rachel Reeves have broken her manifesto twice. And when she's called out on it, her answer is, well, I'm doing it in the real world. Well, you're not, though, are you? You knew you were going to raise taxes or freeze taxes. Or freeze the thresholds for taxes and more. That's what, totally clever. It's crap. And now they're all over we're going to bring these many kids out of poverty. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're just going to give their parents more money to spend on fucking big TVs and shit. You're not going to bring them out of poverty, you. And that's my annoyance. That's why I get annoyed. I want to bring kids out of poverty. I give a lot. I do a lot. My company does a lot. I grew up with nothing. I grew up with next to nothing. We were on the breadline every single week. We were on the breadline every single week. Yeah? Understand that? So it's not like I'm a rich boy, can I tell you what's going on. I've been there, I know how hard it is. But my mum worked 3 jobs growing up. Do you know what I mean? Because we didn't have handouts back then. Now, pop a kid out, have a house, have as many kids you want. We're going to pay for loads now. It's not on. And do you know what that doesn't help? Working class people either, because let me just go back, and I'm ranting a bit now, but let me go back to this, right? If I didn't work, everything would be funded for my kids. For college, for university, for school. Because I work, I pay for everything. How is that right? How is that right? How is that right? But what can I say? That's where we are. That's what we get for voting the Labour government. Piss take.